Douglas Sikorski, and today I will be doing my video on the topic of joy. Yes, just one topic, not my usual three. So, joy. Joy is a feeling one gets when he or she walks through their days and all their dreams and positive thoughts within their heads come true and become physical in front of them. They feel that the world is at their fingertips, but more than that, they feel that whatever thought they think is going to happen, whatever positive thought they think will happen, and that negativity is absent. And there is no such thing. And it never was. They just become overwhelmed with the amount of quote-unquote power they have within their environment. So, three concepts on joy would be that, one, joy is the moment you feel that happiness is not only an emotion, but is also a lifestyle. Another concept of joy could be that it is not something that you read in a book and feel fantastic, but an actual description you can go to someone and say, I am joyful. And then third, it is something that you can keep throughout your mind all day and that plays through your imagination and your dreams as well as your daily actions. Now, how can you create these three concepts into your daily life? And what do I mean? Maybe I'll use a different word. How can you incorporate these three different concepts into your daily life? Well, one way would be by first, kind of like what Bruce Lee said, being like water. Just flow into your container. Whatever feeling you have, go with it. I know one usually learns that being instinctual is rather paltry, but when you do become instinctual, you may find out you're happier than when you are not. Now, usually, at least with me, our instincts are not bad. It is not as if we get a sudden instinct to go run and break things. Rather, we probably get an instinct to go listen to something, go talk to someone, go learn about something. But we get so nervous about acting on those instincts and what other people will think that our joy becomes almost like a Rubik's Cube. We have to keep on shifting it around and try to find a perfect color, even though it takes us forever to get there. Where if you just go with your instinct and do it haphazardly, you may actually get there quicker. Another way to do this would be by trying to truly think of life as a path. And I know a lot of people tend to do that, but in order to make it more concrete within your mind, think of life as the dirt that goes back every time you take a step forward. So, one step you go, dirt comes back. The other step you go, dirt comes back. The other step you go, dirt comes back. It doesn't go forward, right? I mean, you can walk backwards, but no matter what, it's never going forward onto you. It's going backwards. Now, if you ever encounter a sandstorm, well then that's amazing. Then you can take all that dirt and you can actually turn the other way and run with it. Go with it. Or run into the storm, and like Churchill said, you'll get to the other side without any problem. You'll go through torture, but then you'll reach bliss. But that's only if you see it as torture. And by the way, the song that just played is called The Hymn for the Greatest Generation by the band Caspian. And as you know, this is a side comment, our generation is called the millennial generation. But those are really the ways you can bring joy into your life. One, by just being like water and just noticing that you can just negativity is a thing that they just write in order to keep you entertained more than anything, or confused from your bliss, and that life does not have to be like a Rubik's cube. Just go with it. Or the second way, which is, do not feel you cannot walk on the path without getting dirty. Or, yeah, do not think you cannot walk on the path without getting dirty. Because you can walk on the path without getting dirty. For dirtiness from negativity is your choice. But yeah, it would be as when you fall and you go, I really did not want to fall. Nah, I did not like it. And you stay there in that mental frame. I do not like falling. It was negative. I did not like it. And I'm not going to like it. Or you can get up and go, you know what? This fall, I never knew the floor was this great. I never knew that this fall could have brought more joy to me because I found out something else about my surrounding. I found out something I can work on. I found out another way the human body moves. I learned. Learning, education, positive life, joy. Now, for another song that I downloaded in order to express my point about joy. Well, actually, I'll play the poem first that I downloaded, and it's called Spring is Like a Perhaps Hand by E. Cummings.
Spring is like a perhaps hand, which comes carefully out of nowhere, arranging a window into which people look, while people stare, arranging and changing, placing carefully there a strange thing and a known thing here, and changing everything carefully. Spring is like a perhaps hand in a window, carefully to and fro, moving new and old things, while people stare carefully, moving a perhaps fraction of flower here, placing an inch of air there, and without breaking anything.
So that was Spring is Like a Perhaps Hand. And then as you see, it's just saying when that can be your mind. You can take spring and just make everything clear. You can create joy just with this swift movement of your hand. And now a cool song that I got also from Spotify because they're having this cool thing with all these different themes. This one was the Happy Hipster, which was really cool. And it's called Philosophize in It, which I love philosophizing, and Chemicalize with it. It's a little bit crazy, but we'll listen to a few minutes of it. So that was Philosophize in It and Chemicalize with It by Kishi Bashi. So, as you see from these two things, there is an immense energy that comes with joy. That it is almost as if you had an adrenaline shock, yet there is no stress, your heart is not exactly beating over the normal rate. It's just as if you have liberated your mind from the mental slavery, like Bob Marley says, and you have just taken away the bars, if you will, that you set around you in a circle. So you know how sometimes with animals you put them in the center of this gate with these poles around them, and they're just sitting there going, "Oh, what do I do? Can't do anything." And then the minute you take a bar away and they can leave, it's like, "Wow, I can go. I can do things." In a sense, that is kind of what we do to ourselves. We put bars around us, yet we never seem to take it out and go. We always wait for some other person, almost as if we are in a zoo, to open it up and let us go. So, the point is, do take the bars around you off and let yourself run wild. Let yourself be free. Let yourself believe the thoughts you think and act with your bliss. Just act with your mental happiness. Do not think a happy thought and think it is ignorant or wrong or superfluous. Let it be. Let it be. And you know, if you think about it in a sense, even the most serious things can be joyful. And you can make them joyful. For example, the quote that the book deems important of Princess Casamassima is, "I want to do something for the cause you represent, for the millions that are rotting under our feet. Try me, test me." End quote. You see, that's joy. They want to go, they want to help, they want to volunteer, they want to give charity. That is not bad. It is an extremely joyful feeling. That's some of the things we may not represent. Is some of the greatest minds and some of those smartest ideas people say is because they're filled with joy. And lastly, from another great mind I like, Ralph Waldo Emerson, with his famous passage in the writing Nature. And I put this on my Emerson video for the iLead program. So here it is. Quote, "I become a transparent eyeball. I am nothing. I see all. The currents of the universal being circulate through me. I am part or particle of God." And actually, in Nature, it's pretty funny. He says part or parcel of God. And as I learned in this book, parcel can be a gift. So, gift of God. Part or particle. What is the gift and what are you but particles and atoms? Matter. What does it matter but it's matter? And there we go with joy again. What does anything matter but that it is matter? And it is amazing simply because it is. Thank you. And I hope you all have arrived at a bit of a broader understanding of what joy is. And if this helps you overcome any academic difficulty or social difficulty or familial difficulty, I am glad. For joy can impact everything in your life, even the things you do not think it will. It can even impact your vision of what things are. It can impact you. Rene Descartes was not completely true when he said, I think, therefore I am. But to an extent, if you think about joy and you think about your different concepts, you do kind of create the environment of which you are in, of which you can say, I am in. But also, you can also feel and sense and simply be without thinking. So, he was a little bit too much of a logician there, but we're all too much logicians. If we weren't, we would all be super positive and free-minded, possibly. But who knows? Who knows? Who cares? We're all ignorant, and that is the point. Keep joy in your life, and remember, do not let the Rubik's Cube make you think you have to solve it. Let the Rubik's Cube be solved by you not wanting to solve it, and by simply letting it do its thing while you do your thing. Farewell.